Hi, and welcome back to another video about Mix It Up. My name is Mo, and I am a gender non-conforming froggy streamer. Yeah, thank you, streamer, not Schumer. I caught that captions last time. I'm a froggy streamer on Twitch. It's the same day, just a different video. But last time we were together, we talked about 3 things I wish I knew about mixing up, mostly pertaining to this game that I made for stream. Now, there's a lot of streamers that have the Pokemon catching game within their stream. That doesn't fit my aesthetic personally, so I took it upon myself to use Mix It Up to make a game similar to that fit more of the frog streamer aesthetic that I have. Now let's hop into my streaming overlay so I can show you exactly what entails the bug game while I'm streaming. Welcome in. I stream a lot of Splatoon, so I thought I would just have a Splatoon going so there wasn't this like huge gaping hole in the middle of the video. I am going to show you pretty much what the game does. So I'm just gonna mess around with Mix It Up so we can go ahead and get started. I have a timer set up that every 23 minutes, a different bug will come up on stream for 45 seconds. So I'm going to test that command right now because I don't have the game running while stream isn't up. One of the things you can catch is a bug on stream, and as you can see, a chat message pops up that says type ant, the bug has arrived. So when I type ant, I have a command set up that when that happens, a net comes up and something is deposited into my bug box. So that means I have an inventory, commands, and I also have a couple action groups that happen right now. On top of having those things, I also have a command where you can see the entire user's bug box. So when you type in bug box, a command comes up and it says that I have 1 ant in my bug box because I caught that ant. Now it is in my inventory. So Mix It Up is telling you that I have 1 in my inventory, pretty much. Yes. I also have it set up where if you redeem something called attract a bug, a random bug will pop up on stream, but I cannot show you that right now just because I have it so you can only redeem it once a day. So what that means is I would go into my action group, I would go into bug box, and then I'm going to test the command, and now a B comes up. So I would type in B, and then the B is now deposited into my bug box. As I was writing up what should I say when we make an example of this, I realized there's probably an easier way to have this set up, so we are going to do it that way rather than the way that I have it set up as well. So the game also has a trading feature, which is nice, but you need someone else in chat. You can easily set that up with Mix It Up. I also have a feature where if you type in release, it'll release all of your bugs, and it says you have released all your bugs back into nature. And then when you type in bug box again, it'll say I have nothing in my bug box because I just released them all. So that is something else you can do for your game. Now, I think that is all the components that I find important. I also have it set up where if you claim first chair, you get a special bug in your inventory. If you're not first chair, but you're one of the first 3 to redeem, you get a first frog gets a fly, you get a fly in your bug box. And I also have it set up that you can see there is a frog energy meter at the bottom left there. Once that meter hits 100%, everyone gets that special beetle in their bug box. So there's ways to make this game even more interactive. So I will probably, if you want to see that, I will probably put that at the end. But let's get started on the basics of making your own interactive game with Mix It Up. Let's go ahead and get started on making our own interactive game in Mix It Up. I wasn't sure what to do for this, but on stream we talked about maybe fruit picking as a different cute option you can do. So I will be making a fruit picking game on Mix It Up, and you can follow along with your own twist on it. So to get started, I'm actually going to be in OBS, and I'm going to put a, sorry, I heard something outside my door. I'm going to put a image of a tree on my screen so that when we're messing around and Mix It Up, we can see it on this actual screen, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do that really quick. Just give me a hot second. Okay, so we have our tree for the fruit picking game. Now I am going to go into Mix It Up, and I'm going to create an inventory because I want people to be able to collect these fruits and keep them in their fruit basket, if you will. So I'm going to go down to currency, rank, and inventory, and I'm going to make a new inventory, and this inventory is going to be called fruit basket. And in the fruit basket, I have apples that we could pick. I have pictures of oranges, and I wanted to do something silly, something goofy, just for laughs, so I did fries. Call me American if you want. Potatoes are fucking delicious. So we have those 3 options for picking. Now, feel free to do your own fruits like peaches, yada, yada, yada. Do what's best for you. So we have our inventory set up. I'm also going to enable trading because I think trading is cute and it's very easy. You literally just type trade, the person you want to trade, and which item. And you're going to use the special identifier there. And then you can trade the item. It's so simple to do. So I'm going to enable it because I think it's fun. And then I'm going to save it. Make sure you save it or else it doesn't fucking matter. And the one thing you want to keep track of, and I'm going to actually write it down, is this user fruit basket all. We are going to use that later, and that will list out all the things that that user has in their fruit basket. It's pretty helpful. And so now that we have our currency set up, I'm going to go to this cog in the top right corner, and I'm going to click it, and I'm going to go down to my overlays, which were already pulled up from the previous video, but I'm going to make a new overlay called fruit. And then I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go into OBS. I'm going to make a new browser, and I'm going to name it fruit, and then I'm going to paste it, the link, and then that browser now exists there. So now that I have a browser for the fruit to come on, I am going to I'm going to shrink it on OBS so that it's as big as about the top of the tree. You can't see that, but I promise I did it. And I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go back, and I am going to now start messing with the things that are gonna pop up on screen. So I'm gonna go to, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do an action group. Now this is something new. I should have tested it before, but we're gonna fucking figure it out together. And if it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna cut it. And how would you know? How would they know? How would they know? And I'm going to make a new action group, and it's going to be apples. And then I'm going to make a command group called fruit. Now, when this action group happens, apples, I want apples to come up on the screen, and I want there to be a command for apples so the person picks the apple. We will get to the commands in a second to line them up. So I'm going to start with making a chat message that says, apples are now available for picking. Type apples to pick the fruit. I guess that is what it'll say. All right, now that that's available, that's going to pop up for stream when this action is ran. And then I'm also going to make a overlay for images and text, and I'm going to drag that to the top, and I'm going to make it a text that says apples. So on screen, you will know that you are going to type apples to pick the apples, right? I'm gonna make it white just because it goes with my aesthetic. Not lime. Please mix it up, get it together. And then my font that I use is my book. It's my favorite. I think it's so cute. And then I like to have this at the bottom. I like to have the text be 48. And then I want it to be on screen for about 45 seconds. When it comes in, I wanted to, I guess, I'll have it bounce in from the left, and then I'll have it bounce in from the left, and I'll have it leave by bouncing out from the right. And just so you can like remember it's there, I'm gonna have it actually do a ta-da. Why not? I need to make it go into the overlay endpoint, and now I'm gonna test it. And there we go, it pops up, but it's super tiny, so I'm actually gonna make it bigger. And let's see how that looks. That's a better size. I'm thinking that I want it at the top of the overlay so that it's above the tree. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make the overlay just a little bigger, make it center, and then I'm going to play it again just to see where it pops up. I want it 0% from the top. Let's see if this gives me what I want. Man, and 50% from the left. It's a lot of science. Not a lot of science, it's a little bit of art. Getting what you need. Okay, this is what I want, people. Here we go. Now I'm gonna make it just a little smaller, and then it's gonna take forever for all that stuff to go away, but in the meantime, it's there, it's where I want it. Perfect. Now I'm going to actually duplicate this overlay, and I'm going to change it from text to an image, and then I'm going to grab the image I want. And we're talking about fruits, so I'm going to go back here. I made fruit picking, and I have apples, so it all lines up. Apples, and it was a picture of apples. Now I want it to be a little lower than what was before, so I'm gonna make it a little lower. I'm gonna press play to test it. That is massive, bestie. So I'm gonna make this small. And this is a lot of work. Like, let's be real. This is so much work. So it's really frustrating when I had to copy and paste everything. Okay, I think that's the right size. So I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds to clear itself, and then we'll come back and test the whole thing and see what happens. All right, welcome back. It all cleared out. So now I'm going to show you that when I press play, apples will come up, and I just want to make sure it's all on the right overlay. It is. Great. So when I press play, the image pops up, the text pops up, and a chat pops up. Everything that happens is exactly what I wanted to happen. And now I'm going to export this as fruit general, and I'm also going to export it as apples just in case I want it for something else. So then I'm going to save it, and I have a whole new action group for apples. Now I'm going to add a new action group, and I'm going to import it at fruit general, and I'm going to name it oranges. And then everywhere I have apples, I'm going to change it to oranges. So I'm going to grab my oranges images. And then down here, I'm going to do oranges. Here I will also have oranges. And then I'm going to press play so we can test it. And now everything should say oranges. Oranges are now available for picking. Type oranges to pick the fruit. The text above the image says oranges, and the image is of oranges. So I'm now happy with this. I'm going to export it as oranges. I want to put it in the command group fruit, and then I'll save it. Perfect. Now I'm going to make my last action group, which is going to go into the fruit category. I'm not going to forget this time. And I am going to import fruit general, and the last one was fries, so I'm gonna name this one fries. I am going to type fries where I see fries. Type fries where I see apples. I'm gonna go browse, get that images of fries. All these images I quickly made using what is it? That $10 app on my phone, Procreate. And then I'm gonna test it, make sure it works. Fries, 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 fries. And since it's not a fruit, I'm going to actually change it to food. Even though fruit is hilarious, I'm gonna change it to food. And I'm going to save it. And now in my fruit action group, I have apples, fries, and oranges. Now, I am going to make a new action group for random pop-up. And I'm going to click run randomly, and then I'm going to put it in my fruit. Now, when someone redeems, I'm going to show you how to redeem like something that will make the food pop up. I'm going to name it fertilizer. When someone redeems fertilize the tree, it'll randomly fertilize it as either the apples, oranges, or fries. This is where I think you could do hidden things. So you don't have to make the apples pop up. You don't have to make the fries pop up. So I am going to make special things here for when you can only see it if it is a random thing that happens when you redeem it. So I will show you what I mean. So I'm going to do random pop-up. I'm going to make a command, add it, and it's going to run the command action group, and it can't just run the group, which I wish it could. It has to run the item. So I'm going to click apples. So it'll run the whole apples command, and then I'm going to add another command, or you can easily just duplicate it. And I'm going to change it to fries, and I'm going to do the same thing. Duplicate it, and I'm going to click oranges. And now when this action group is chosen, one of the apples, fries, or oranges will be randomly selected. So I will show you that when you click play, apple, all those things pop up, but when you set the redeem, it should not happen like that. So I'm going to quickly make the redeem. I'm going to do Twitch channel points, create new channel reward, and I'm gonna name it fertilizer because we're gonna fertilize the tree. Maybe I'll make it fertilize the tree. Okay, now it's been made. Fertilize the tree. When this gets redeemed, I'm going to click it. I'm going to put in a command. It's gonna add the command, run the type, and it's gonna run an action group. Now it's gonna randomly do the random pop-up and not do all those things at once. I'm gonna click save. I'm gonna test it, and only one thing pops up. Look at us go. And it was the fries. And then I'm going to give it 45 seconds, let it go away, and then I will show you that when you click it again, it should be something else. All right, the fries went away, so now I'm going to run the redeem again. And now apples pop up. So it should be different every time, but a true random might have something pop up back to back. It's just what a random would do. Now I'm going to go to commands, and I'm going to make a new command for picking the apples, because as you can see it says exclamation point apples. Now I'm going to just name it apples. I'm going to type in apples here, and it auto includes the exclamation point, so don't put that, or you'll have to do 2 exclamation points, or don't type in a comma, do a space, or you'll have to type in the comma. And that's what happened to me earlier. It was slightly embarrassing, but hey, we moved on. Now, when you type apples with exclamation point in chat, I want it to say username. So whoever picked it picked the apples. You can make this whatever you want. You could make it a random number, and honestly I'm going to Ooh, I don't know if I have the capacity to show you how to make it a random number. All right, so I've decided not to show you that part yet. If you want to take it further, I can make a part 2 later. I'm not doing that now. We'll make it simple. So I think the command was username picked, and I'm gonna make it 3 because there are 3 apples on the tree. So I'm just gonna say they picked 3 apples, and then I'm gonna go to consumable because they picked 3 apples. It needs to go into their fruit basket under apples, and they're gonna get 3 because there are 3 fruits on the tree. Again, you can make it a random number between 1 and 3, 0 and 3 if you would like. That can come later. But so when we type in apples in the chat, it'll say username pick 3 apples, 3 apples will get added to the fruit basket. And I'm going to make a command group. I'm gonna put in the command group fruit just so it all is in one spot. And I think that is all we need for this. I'm going to export it as apples. Let's do command. And then I'm going to save it. I'm gonna make a new command. It's gonna be oranges. Go in the command group fruit. It's going to be oranges here. And then I'm going to import apples command, which I could have just made a general, but whatever. Hey, I just didn't do it this time. Life moves on. Username pick 3 oranges, and then we're going to change this from apples to oranges so that 3 oranges instead of apples goes into their inventory. I'm going to save it. I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to do fries. Let me tell you how much easier this is than what I was doing. Ooh, girl, you don't even know. So then I'm going to import the apples command. I'm going to change it to fries. And then I'm going to change fries to apples to fries here in the fruit basket, and then I'm going to save it. Now, when you type in apples in the chat, apples should be added to your inventory. You would like to know if it happened, right? You want to know if that actually went into your fruit basket. So now I'm going to show you how to make the command that shows you what is in your fruit basket. So I'm going to make the command fruit total. I mean, not the command, but I'm going to just name it fruit total. I'm going to put it in the fruit basket, and I'm going to say fruit. You know what? You can make it fruit total if you wanted, but hey, I'm going to do chat, and I'm going to do add, and it's going to say username has, and this is where that special identifier comes in for the fruit basket all that I was talking about earlier. If you didn't write it down, you can easily go back to your inventory. At the bottom you can say that it says $ fruit basket all. I ended up misspeaking in the recording, so don't talk about how it's fucked up. Alright, so when I type in the chat fruit basket, it should tell me what is in my fruit basket, and it says that Mopsy Bebop has 3 apples in their fruit basket. Now, we have gone over the inventory, the overlay, the commands that are set up, and the action groups. Now it's the actual timers that are going to pop up on screen, and that is pretty much all of it. Once a timer is set up, good to fucking go. So I believe if I do new command, I'm going to do command group fruit, and I'm going to make the interval, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to make it 2 minutes so that we can see it happen. And then I'm going to name it to do fruit game, because why the F not? I'm going to do add, go to command. I'm going to add, and I want it to run the action group that we already pre-made for random pop-up. The random pop-up. Now this is way less than what the fuck I did. So glory be to God, because I didn't fucking know. But we figured it out, besties, because I was typing a lot of fucking shit in and I didn't have to. And then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to just test it, just so you can see what happens when the timer goes off. Oranges, and I'm going to run it. I'm gonna turn off run only when live so that you can see. And now it says oranges are available for fruit picking. So I'm gonna type in oranges, because I have to type in oranges to put it in my basket. Mopsy Bebop has picked 3 oranges. Now we're going to sit here and idly stare at each other awkwardly while this goes away, and then the timer pops up the new whatever that's gonna pop up. So I hope so far this has been helpful. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. I really did try writing everything down so that I knew exactly what to say. So if I could clarify anything more, just let me know. But yeah, let's just go ahead and take a deep breath together, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And wait for the timer to pop up. All right, so now the timer has happened and I get to type in apples to pick apples. And remember, it's random, so the next one could be oranges, it could be the fries, whatever you need it to be. If you are wanting to do something secret so that certain things don't pop up, you would have to make a new timer for each individual item. So for me, I only have certain things that pop up when you redeem a bug. Specialty bugs pop up, if you will. If you want to keep some things hidden, you would just need to, you can just turn off this timer. You don't have to delete it. So I turned it off. I am going to make a new command, and I'm going to type in, let's say, apples. And I want this command group to be fruit, and it's already set for 2 minutes. And then I'm just gonna do command, add the command, run the command. Sorry, I click all the buttons all the time. Action group, and then it would be apples, and then you could save it. I don't feel like I need to export that. It's not anything. Oranges, then I would go to fruit. I would add command, and it's gonna run the command, action group, and then it would be oranges. Save. So now I have my timers on randomizer at the bottom, and each group is a different set of timers. So all the text will pop up in chat. That's what I have set up. All the fruits are a whole different timer, and this different timer is on 2 minutes. So only apples and oranges will be running for these 2 minutes. But if I wanted to just not even do that part and just only use that action group, because I don't care if everything is redeemed whenever, then I can just use my fruit game. Don't even worry about what I just said. But if you want to do some secretive shit, which I think is kind of cool, you can just do the action group separately like that. And that is pretty much the basis of the game. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of all the things that are making this happen. Like, I'm gonna go over all the parts one more time. So we started off by making an inventory for fruits, and in this inventory we made apples, oranges, fries, and I turned on trading because I think it's cute that you can trade fruits or whatever. Feel free to add more items, you know, do what you do, bestie. Don't even do fruits if you don't want to do fruits. You can literally make this anything you want. And then I make sure you save it. And then I went to the cog at the top right, and I added a new overlay for fruits. And then I came over here and I put the tree down so the fruits were going somewhere. And I moved in, fixed the overlay so that it laid only on top of the tree, because it's specifically for this game. And then I made some action groups. And in action groups, I made an action group for fruit, each individual fruit, text, image, chat message, exported it so that when I go to my next fruit or the food, I click it, I imported the command. I just edit it to match what food or fruit is popping up, save it. I made another command for a different fruit, and then I made a random pop-up. So now the random pop-up, I have a command set up where it pulls the apples, it pulls the fries, and it pulls the oranges. And you have to click run one randomly. And then I was like, oh, now let's test it. And I clicked play, and then all the things popped up, and I was like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. But it's okay, because that's not how it works actually when the redeem happens. So then we made the redeem for this, and it's under Twitch channel points, which I was on, and we made the redeem fertilize the tree. Then we have the command run the action group random pop-up. Oh, there's oranges on the tree, there's apples on the tree, I want to pick apples. Okay, so I picked some 3 apples. So now the random pop-up, if I fertilize the tree, because you know what, I want something else, I click play. What's popping up now? Oh damn, it's apples again. Shit, well I might as well get them, might as well pick them, they're there, whatever. Pick 3 more apples. And then we went into commands, and we made all the commands for picking the apples. So when you pick the apple, we have username pick 3 apples, and then the consumable goes to fruit baskets. You pick the apples, and 3 apples went into that fruit basket. And then we went down to fruit, added it for fries, added it for oranges, and then we made a new one for fruit basket. Fruit basket is a chat that says username has user fruit basket all, which reads as user fruit basketball. Whatever, my favorite kind of sport, I guess. And so when you come into chat and you type, for me personally, I have it set up as fruit basket. When you type in fruit basket, it tells you that I have 12 apples and 3 oranges in my fruit basket. I don't know why I stopped reading, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna save it. So then after we made the commands, we made, I believe, the timers. And then for the timer, we have it set up for the fruit game, where it will run the command fruit randomizer, and then a random fruit will pop up every 2 minutes. Or if you want to do some fruits or foods, but not all fruits and foods, you can just run this specific command for running the apples or whatever. And then, oh, there's apples. Gosh, why are there always apples? Because I only have 3 things to pull from. Irritating. Give me some fries, damn it. But yeah. I'm gonna switch it. Go away, apples. I want something else. I think, though, that is all of it. Okay, so that is my bug game, and that is how I made an interactive game on Mix It Up for streaming, Twitch, whatever you're gonna use it for. And as you can see, oranges are available. I already picked them, but if I would type in fruit basket, you will see that I have 3 apples and 3 oranges in my fruit basket. It just makes stream a little more fun, keeps people's eyes on the screen a little longer, and it's a great way to build community. So I thought I would share with you how I made that game, and I hope that you're able to use it. I hope that it was informative. Please give me feedback. I am trying my best out here, people. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And as always, I've been your host, Mo, and I hope you catch me on stream sometime. Bye! There is one last thing I'm going to say. So if you stuck this far, I'm going to tell you that you can also do empty. We're going to do empty basket. Just because I think it's helpful to know that you can empty the basket. You can add an action group for consumables, that when you type in consumables, you do fruit basket, you're going to actually remove for user, and then I'm going to type in a chat that says add, and it will say let's do username emptied their fruit basket, and then I'm gonna save it, just because now when I type in empty basket, Mops Bebop emptied their fruit basket, and then I'm gonna type in fruit basket, and then it's gonna tell me there's nothing in my fruit basket because I emptied it. Has another fruit popped up yet? Did I miss it? Gosh, that's why you gotta be paying attention to stream. You're always missing shit. I don't want to miss anything. I want to keep collecting for my fruit basket, even though this has nothing to do with my actual stream. I'm having fun.